Hello everybody again. Well, if you've been with me today, you will know that I've been celebrating the fact that it is John Anderson's 80th birthday today. What a milestone. And to celebrate, I have played what I consider to be Yes's best album, Close to the Edge. And this has been played in full. Now, that was really something, wasn't it? So superb. So in this video, I'm going to be doing my verdict on the album and discussing some of what I think are the best areas from the album. So for me then, the starting point is, why does this 1972 masterpiece still hold up after all of these years? So let's start off with the musicianship. Because let's face it, Close to the Edge is really a showcase of Yes at their absolute peak. You've got Steve Howe's intricate guitar playing, Chris Squire's thunderous bass lines, Bill Bruford's precise and jazzy drumming, Rick Wakeman's lush keyboards, and of course birthday boy John Anderson's unmistakable voice. Each member is performing at the top of their game, and that's really what makes this album a true band effort. There's no getting away from that. Now, when we talk about Steve Howe's guitar work here, it's just unreal. Those fluid transitions from delicate picking to those roaring solos. It's like a symphony of six strings. The Squire bass lines talk about bringing the melody to the low end. He's not just holding down the rhythm, he's practically playing lead bass. And Bill Bruford's drumming, well, you can really sense that jazz background, especially in the shifting time signatures. Bruford himself actually left Yes right after recording this album to join King Crimson. It's like he's put everything into these sessions knowing it was his last hurrah with the band. Wakeman's keyboards, man, they just elevate the entire sound. He was juggling a solo career at the time and almost missed some of the recording sessions, but when he did arrive, he brought his A-game here, especially in those sweeping synth sections that you just heard in And You and I. There also needs to be quite a lot of credit given to Eddie Offord. He's the band's producer and unofficial sixth member. Offord used studio techniques like manipulating tape speeds to create that swirling, quite otherworldly vibe that just draws you in. It was the glue, really, that held all these ambitious ideas together, and it managed to turn Close to the Edge into quite an audio adventure. It really did, and credit needs to be done where credit's deserved. So, is there a concept behind the album? Well, really, as you probably guessed from John Anderson's lyrics, this isn't just a collection of songs, it's quite a spiritual journey, as ever with the man. The title track took up the whole of side A. This was inspired by Hermann Hesse's Siddhartha. Anderson was fascinated by Eastern philosophy and the idea of searching for a much deeper meaning in life. That title track is structured really like a four-part suite, each part representing different stages of a spiritual awakening. The music evolves within the story, moving through really quite chaotic instrumental sections at times, serene moments like I Get Up, I Get Down, and building to that breathtaking finale we experienced. It's really like a roller coaster of emotion with shifting time signatures and key changes that just keep you on your toes all of the time. And when we flipped to side B, we find that there's two incredible tracks that often don't quite get the same spotlight, but really they're just as vital to the album's overall magic. And You and I is a perfect example of Yes blending folk influences with their progressive sound. That acoustic intro, the sweeping mellotron, and the way the song gradually builds, it's a journey all on its own. Lyrically, it's about unity and finding harmony in quite a chaotic world. There's a gentleness to it, but it also still hits very hard. And then we end with Siberian Catru. And this one's got more of a rock edge to it with those driving guitar riffs and the interplay between Squire and Bruford. This track is proof that Yes could balance their complex proggy style with something that just grooves. The title might sound a little bit mysterious, and honestly, So are the lyrics, but it's really about the energy and musical chemistry that the song gives off. The band described it as a feel-good closer, and you can really feel why. Now, this album didn't just push boundaries, it redefined them. It became a blueprint for what progressive rock albums could be. Bands like Genesis, King Crimson, and later Rush took notes from what Yes did here, blending complex arrangements with a sense of narrative and flow. Make no mistake about that. Geddy Lee from Rush once called it one of the greatest albums of all time. And you can hear its influence in everything from Dream Theater's epic suites to even modern bands like Tool. This album reached number 3 in the UK and number 4 in the US, which is really quite incredible considering how ambitious it is. This was music that made you think and feel. And let's talk about its staying power. Fans have followed Yes for decades, with this album as the centrepiece of so many tours and reissues. It's become a touchstone for progressive rock lovers everywhere. Of course, we can't forget about the visual side of Close to the Edge. Roger Dean's artwork is iconic as the music itself. The cover captures the ethereal and overworldly feel of the album, and inside they've got those floating landscapes and vibrant colours. It's really like a portal into a sonic world that Yes has created. And Roger Dean's art became synonymous with Yes over the years, giving fans a visual to match the expansive soundscapes. It all became part of that immersive experience, and it wasn't just about looking cool. There really is a sense of depth and exploration in the artwork that mirrors the album's themes of nature, spirituality, and cosmic journeys. So, why does Close to the Edge still matter in 2024? Well, it's not just nostalgia. The themes it tackles, searching for the meaning, the connection between nature and spirituality, these are all as relevant now as they were back then. And musically, its influence is everywhere, from the complex time signatures of prog metal to indie bands that have experimented with these soundscapes. It's an album that showed us what rock music could be and what it could aspire to be as well, and that's why it still resonates with fans even after more than 5 decades. It's a truly stunning album. Alright, so what's your take? Does Close to the Edge still hold that magic for you, or did you discover something new today? Now let me know in the comments what your favourite track is from those 3. And more than anything, leave me your thoughts on John Anderson on his birthday. He really is such an enigma. And as unquestionably you're a John Anderson fan, you will want to check out my review of his latest album, True, with the band geeks, that he has been making such huge waves.